If your kids or grandkids are already living in Texas and you're thinking about making that move to be closer to them, or you've got a job lined up somewhere in the Austin area and you've been going back and forth between New Braunfels and Kyle, this is the video for you. New Braunfels or Kyle, which one is actually the right city for your family? In this video, we're gonna break down the commute from both cities, compare Hays CISD and Comal ISD, side by side. We'll talk about what the lifestyle actually looks like day to day. We'll break down the growth story, and at the very end, I'm going to tell you straight up who belongs in Kyle and who belongs in New Braunfels from my client's perspective. And by the end of this video, you're going to know which one is the city for you. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first, why are we even comparing these two cities to begin with? Because I talk to families every single week who have done enough research to know they want to be somewhere in that Austin-San Antonio corridor. They've got a budget, they know they want new construction, and they're stuck right here. New Braunfels or Kyle, which city is better? And I get it, on paper, they both look really similar. Both are sitting right along I-35, both have tons of master plan communities, tons of new construction, and both are in that $500,000 to $8,000 price point. And obviously below, where you can get a really solid home, 4-bedroom, 3 or 4 bath, 3-car garage, and still walk away with more house than you're getting wherever you're coming from right now. Whether that's California, Colorado, the Northeast, it doesn't matter. Now there are more affordable homes than $500K. If that's what you're looking for, shoot me a text or give me a call and I will tell you the top neighborhoods my clients have chosen in that price point. But today we're gonna focus on communities at a slightly higher price point. But here's the thing, the actual day-to-day experience of living in Kyle versus living in New Braunfels is genuinely different. And those differences are what we're breaking down right now. All right, let's start with the commute because this one matters more than people think, especially if you're moving here to be closer to family. Kyle sits about 25 to 30 miles south of downtown Austin. And on a good day, early morning, low traffic, you're looking at about a 30 to 45 minute drive during rush hour. That can definitely stretch beyond 45 minutes. I-35 through Buda and into Austin is genuinely one of the most congested stretches of highway in the area. And I'm just gonna be real with you about that right now. Now there are alternatives, there's MOPAC, there's Texas 45 that they're expanding, which is a tollway, and people who know their way around can definitely shave off some time that drive into town. But plan for the commute. If you're going into the office, New Braunfels sits about 45 to 50 miles from downtown Austin and about 25 to 30 miles from downtown San Antonio. So here's the deal. If your job or your family is in the San Antonio, New Braunfels is probably the stronger play. That's about a 30 to 35 minute drive up I-35, and San Antonio traffic is a little bit more manageable depending on traffic and construction than it is getting into Austin. If Austin is your target though, New Braunfels adds a good amount more time to your commute. We're talking about 50 to 60 minutes on a normal day. Now here's the part that really matters. I want you to hear this. I had a couple come to me wanting to make a move to be closer to their daughter and their grandkids. They fell in love with a home in New Braunfels. It was a great community, beautiful house, pretty much everything on their list. But their daughter was up in Austin. Every single visit was about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes each way. They still love their home, but they'll be the first ones to tell you they wish they would have thought a little harder before they actually put down roots and really looked at the map. So before anything else, pull up Google Maps, put in your job address, put in your kids or grandkids address, wherever you're gonna be driving to most, and then drop a pin into Kyle or New Braunfels and really look at the difference. Is this something that you can handle? The commute-wise, it does matter to some people. Bottom line, your people are in Austin or north of Austin, Kyle is the spot. Your people are in San Antonio or in the south side of Austin, well, New Braunfels can definitely make more sense. All right, let's talk about schools. And I know what some of you might be thinking. Steph, I'm moving to be closer to my grandkids. I'm not worried about schools for myself. Look, I get that, but school district ratings directly affect your resale value. And if you've got grandkids in the district, you're going to care about this more than you think right now. Kyle is served by Hays CISD. This is a fast-growing district. They've been building new campuses pretty rapidly to try to keep up with all the families coming in. Individual campuses ratings run roughly in that 6 to 8 range, depending on what part of town. That's what I hear consistently from parents in those communities. The newer campuses tend to have the most updated facilities, obviously. The challenge is that the district is growing so fast that the infrastructure is sometimes still catching up with enrollment. Classes get a little bit bigger, new teachers are being hired fast. It's a solid district. It's not a deal breaker at all, but it's worth looking at each neighborhood, not just district-wide. Now, Comal ISD is New Braunfels. It's a little bit more established. It's been recognized as one of the stronger mid-sized districts in the region. This district tends to run in that 7 to 9 range depending on the area that you're gonna be in. It's more stable enrollment, more institutional consistency, a smaller community, even though New Braunfels is growing at a rapid pace. If school stability and rating track record is a top priority, I would say Comal ISD definitely has the leg up. Now that being said, and I tell every single client, visit the areas if you can, talk to the parents in the areas. One of the best ways to check out actual areas and talk about school are local Facebook groups. I can give you some good ones to take a look at where you can actually talk to parents in the area. Ratings shift over time, and the best way to know is to put your feet on the ground. And the best way to know is to actually talk to the people that live in the area. Use the ratings as like a starting point, and then I can help you dig a little deeper. Real quick, in case you guys don't know me and you're new here, my name is Steph Bartone. I'm a real estate agent in the Austin suburb area, and I help families just like you make a move to the Austin, Texas suburbs. If you've got questions about either of these cities, give me a call or shoot me a text. My number is on the screen. If you're a little bit further out and you're just looking for information, download my free relocation guide. It's on the screen. It's also pinned in the comments below. All right, let's keep going. Now here's where Kyle and New Braunfels genuinely kind of split up. I want to be really real with you on this. When I first started taking clients out there years ago, it looked pretty different from what it looks like today. It was a lot more farmland. It's newer master plan communities everywhere. You have Six Creeks, you have Plum Creek, you have Waterstone, you've got a new Sprouts, you've got tons of new restaurants. New retail is constantly going up. Kyle has a great family-centric feel, tons of young families, tons of kids and activities. There's some great parks. You can find a solid breakfast spot, a new taco place, all within miles of each other. The heart of Kyle is still being built in some ways, like they're completely redoing their downtown area. So I just want you to understand that, but this is like an opportunity. So if you want to be a part of something that's growing up around you, Kyle could be that place. There's huge growth developing in all parts of Kyle. Now, New Braunfels has character that Kyle is still developing. This is a city with an actual downtown. It's got Gruene, which is a historic district with tons of shops, restaurants, live music, Gruene Hall, which is one of the oldest continuously operating dance halls in all of Texas. It's got the Comal River, the Guadalupe River. It's got tubing season. It's a real thing. People plan their summers around New Braunfels and Gruene. It's got Schlitterbahn. Canyon Lake is just a short drive, and the hill country is just right there. And look, as a foodie, New Braunfels has some great food. The downtown scene, the German influence on the restaurants, the barbecue, the spots on the river. I mean, New Braunfels is one of my favorite cities. I'm gonna give it to you. New Braunfels is probably a solid 8 out of 10. Now Kyle, I would put like maybe a 6.5 right now, as it's continuing to trend up. It just hasn't had enough time to be built out as much as New Braunfels already has. It does have a new local spot called Little Shady, which is a spin-off of Austin's most known restaurant that closed years ago, unfortunately, that I'm super excited about. Kyle is a lot more chains, but has a ton of restaurants, and it's developing. Like I said, it's new downtown and will hopefully bring some local spots to the area soon. All right, so here's the question. I always ask clients at this point, what does your ideal Saturday afternoon actually look like? If the answer is tubing or hanging out at the river, or you love the historic downtown, you love great parks, want to be close to maybe Schlitterbahn, some great restaurants, I would choose New Braunfels. And my brother that has 3 kids, he just moved to New Braunfels and they absolutely love it. They actually moved from Kyle. If you want a city that is continuing to develop, price point is pretty solid, up and coming restaurants, and an up and coming city, then I would choose Kyle. It's still only about 30 minutes of New Braunfels if you want the lifestyle of New Braunfels. Now let's talk about growth, because both of these cities have been growing and insanely fast. Kyle has been ranked of one of the most fastest growing city in the entire United States. It's been named one of the top cities to live in all of Texas. The growth in both cities is real, and the appreciation that comes with it is also real. So I don't really think you can go wrong on either one. So for you as a buyer, rapid growth means appreciation potential, and that's genuinely obviously a good thing. But here is what it also means. There's tons of road construction, traffic that's only going to get worse before it gets better. Schools, infrastructure is still trying to catch up to demand. Both cities are dealing with that right now. And that's why, having a realtor by your side that knows the areas, that can help guide you depending on your lifestyle, your priorities, your family's life, and what part of either of these towns is best for you. All right, so the next topic we have to talk about is property taxes, because this one catches a lot of out-of-state buyers off guard. Texas has no state income, and that's great. And it's a real thing. When people move, they save money. But property taxes in Texas can run higher than people expect. Both Hays County, where Kyle sits, and Comal County, where New Braunfels sits, have their own rates. And here's the thing, some communities in Kyle have what's called a MUD or a PID. It's the Municipal Utility District or the Public Improvement District. It's a supplemental charge layered on top of the base county rate, and it can push your effective tax rate noticeably higher than whatever number you find on that quick Google search. Again, this is why you want someone that understands the area to help guide you. This could be extra cost that you might not understand. So before you fall in love with a specific community in Kyle or New Braunfels, what the total effective tax rate is, or PID, because PIDs are a little bit higher, and I walk every single client through this before we even start touring so they fully understand and they don't have any surprises later. All right, so who actually belongs in Kyle? You should be in Kyle if you work in Austin, or you're hybrid. Maybe you're heading into town 2 or 3 times a week. If your kids or your grandkids or your friends are on the south or southwest side of Austin, if you want to get the most square footage for the dollar in the price point, if you love the idea of a brand new everything, new floors, new appliances, new neighborhood, new amenities, if you want a tight-knit family-first community where the neighborhood, the HOA events happen, and you're meeting new people at the mailbox or at the community pool, well, Kyle is where I send families who want to maximize their house and stay connected to the Austin area. And they absolutely love it. So who belongs in New Braunfels? Well, New Braunfels is your city if you want to be closer to San Antonio, or if your family's closer to San Antonio or in the corridor. If the lifestyle matters just as much to you as square footage, if you want to be somewhere that you can go tube the river on a Sunday afternoon, go hang out at a park by the river, go check out like a cool historic downtown on a Friday, Saturday morning, and you feel like your city has a sense of itself, New Braunfels is also a pretty smart play if your family is somewhere in that Austin, San Antonio area. You're sitting in between both, and while neither commute is short, neither one is really that brutal. And look, if you're someone who's coming from like a small town, New Braunfels isn't small, but a historic town, you love history, you love like the downtown scene, you love like the antique shopping, then I definitely think making a move to New Braunfels is going to feel a lot more familiar than starting fresh in a brand new suburb. All right, so here's my take. There's no wrong answer between Kyle and New Braunfels, but there is absolutely a wrong match. Both cities are genuinely great places to raise a family, to plant roots, to get more for your money than you're probably getting right now. The difference is that Kyle is for the family that wants more of a city that's growing at a pretty rapid pace. New Braunfels is more for the family that wants a city that's already a little bit more established. Figure out which one of those describes how you actually want to live, and the decision gets a lot easier. Again, my name is Steph Bartone. I'm a real estate agent based in the Austin area, and I help families just like you make a move to the Austin, Texas suburbs. So whether you're coming from out of state, you're trying to get closer to your family, or both, and whether you're making that move in 2 months or 2 years, I am happy to help. Give me a call, shoot me a text. My number is on the screen. I love having these conversations early, before someone books flights, before someone falls in love with a specific house, because getting the city right makes everything else so much smoother. And if you're not quite ready to reach out yet, grab my free relocation guide. It's on the screen. It describes all the suburbs. It breaks down all the major suburbs, the price point, and what to expect. It's pinned in the comments below. It's also on the screen. No strings attached, just good information. And before you go, have you already visited Kyle or New Braunfels? Have you done a lot of research? Drop it in the comments and tell me which one you've toured or which one that you expect to be the best fit for you and your family. I read every comment and I genuinely love to know which direction you're leaning towards. All right, I will see you on the next video. Peace out.